Well, I had no idea what I was going to say. Last night, I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning. And, oh my gosh, I have problems speaking. Last night was not a good night for me. Oh my, I can't talk. So, I was sitting in my room, and my sister came upstairs because she had just taken her friend home early that night, and he had given her this coloring book, and it was like, because she loves coloring books, and it just surprised her. And in the front of it, he had drawn a picture, and he had asked her to prom, and it was really cute. And I just started crying when she told me that, and she's like, "What is wrong with you? What happened?" Because it was really cool what had happened to her, and I was like, in my head, I was thinking, why don't things like that happen to me? Why don't people think like that towards me? That people don't really notice me a lot of the times. And so I was crying, and she's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Nothing's wrong," because nothing was wrong. God has given me so many blessings in my life. I have a fantastic family and a house, and He's given me so much. And all I could think of is that if God is supposed to make us perfect and make us special, then how come I'm the same as my sisters? How come I'm smart like my sisters, I look like my sisters? And when I was talking to one of my friends about it, I'm like, I'm the same as them, except not as good. Because my sister Kelsey's an amazing singer, and she's outgoing, she's good at talking to people, and people love her. And Grace Ann is so smart, and she's so amazing. And my little sister, she doesn't care about what people think about her. She can act totally herself all the time. And at the time, I didn't think that there was anything special about me, that I was just the same, except not as good. And I was crying. Eventually, Kelsey left because I kept telling her that nothing was wrong. She didn't really believe me. But I was laying in my bed, and I was praying to God, and I was like, "God, I'm so thankful for what you've given me, but I don't understand why, because I haven't done much for you." And I just thought of all the bad things I've done, and I've done so many sins, and they just all replayed in my head. Later that night, I was looking in my Bible for verses, ones that would tell me that I was special and I was different. But what I found was Psalm 77. It says, "I cried out to God for help. I cried out to God to hear me. When I was in distress, I sought the Lord. At night I stretched out untiring hands, and my soul refused to be comforted. I remembered you, O God, and I groaned. I mused, and my spirit grew faint. You kept my eyes from closing. I was too troubled to speak. I thought about the former days, the years of long ago. I remembered my songs in the night. My heart mused, and my spirit inquired, will the Lord reject me forever? Will he never show his favor again? Has his unfailing love vanished forever? Has his promise failed for all the time? Has God forgotten to be merciful? Has he in anger withheld his compassion? Then I thought, to this I will appeal, the years of the right hand of the Most High. I will remember the deeds of the Lord, because I remember your miracles of long ago. I will meditate on all your works and consider all your mighty deeds." There's a song that we're going to be singing later. It's called, I don't even remember right now, but it's talking about why are you crying these days? Why are you striving to earn grace? It talks about why are you looking for love? Why are you searching as if I'm not enough? It's from God's perspective. It's an amazing song. I was singing it, or trying to, when I was laying in my bed trying to fall asleep. And it didn't really come out as singing because I was crying so hard. eventually I couldn't fall asleep and I was crying. So I went downstairs to Kelsey's room. It's all the way in the basement. And I was just crying. And she kept asking me what was wrong. And all I could tell her was, I am not different and that I am bad. I don't even like remember it very much anymore. But she kept telling me how special I am and how I'm beautiful and how I'm different. And it didn't help because I didn't think she was right. Because I couldn't see anything in myself and that was as good as my other sisters. I went to bed not okay. I just prayed to God and I asked him to make me feel better. But when I was down in Kelsey's room, she told me, she said, you know Jeremiah 29:11, you know it's true. And I've heard it a billion times. And it's made me feel better sometimes. But I woke up this morning after spending like hours looking for Bible verses that would help me and make me feel better. And I read Jeremiah 29:11 again. It says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. And I will be found by you, declares the Lord, and will bring you back from captivity. I will gather you from all the nations and places where I have banished you, declares the Lord, and will bring you back to the place which I carried you into exile. The people of Israel, they were chained up in all the bad things that they've done. They were in captivity. One of the things we learned about at YC, the theme was Unchained. And God talks about how Jesus dying on the cross has unchained us from our sins. And that we can live like God and be free. And I woke up this morning and I learned that verse. And I realized that God does have a plan for me and he's going to use me for him. And that he did make me special and for his own purpose. And even when I can't see it, and even when I think that I have no worth, that God does love me and that I am special and that I am unchained.